Hello you gorgeous girls. Today I've got an update on all my wedding planning. You guys keep asking me to tell you how I am getting on, so I thought I would tell you a little bit about it today. Today is the perfect day to talk to you about wedding planning because we're down to 99 days before our wedding. So very exciting indeed, not very much time left and there's still so many things to do. First of all, I wanted to talk to you about the things that I already have and that we have planned. Obviously, most of the major things we have already booked in advance just to have everything perfectly prepared. So we already have the venue, obviously, and we have the photographer and videographer, which we got very early on because if you want to have a very good one, you need to book very quickly. Then the next thing that I decided to have a look at was the wedding dress, because in a way it determines the whole style of the wedding. I thought I wanted one kind of wedding and wedding dresses, but when I started trying them on, I realized it wasn't that simple. There's so many different kinds of wedding dresses out there, and it's not just a case of finding the one that looks good on you, but it's also a case of finding the one that really represents your character and your personal style. Well, that's what I thought anyway. It took me quite a long time, but in the end I found the wedding dress in November and I will have my first trial in May. Once I had the dress, I knew a little bit better what the style would be, and this changed a lot of ideas that I had. There were certain things that I wanted or that I thought that I wanted, but then with this dress I had to change a lot of things. So my next step was to find a wedding planner or decorator or someone to style the wedding. There are lots of different options. You can go directly to a florist, which will help you decorate. Sometimes the restaurant itself will do it for you, choosing certain types or styles. Then there are also decorators, and then there's some wedding planners that can actually do the job for you too. In the end, checking out prices and speaking to people, I found out that the best option was to hire a wedding planner. She will be doing the decoration and the flowers. She will bring her own florist, and it works out much better and the whole style will work together, because sometimes the florists have one particular style and the wedding planner or decorator has a different one, and this way I know the whole thing will work together. After that, we started to look at other important things. We hired a DJ and also organized music for the ceremony itself. I still have to think of the songs that I want to have played at particular moments, but I have a few ideas already, so those are just small details that I have to sort of think about. One of the very first things that I did as soon as I knew the date for the wedding was to prepare a save the date. Because I have a lot of family traveling from abroad, I thought it was a good idea to tell them the date as soon as possible. The save the date is not as formal as the invitation and it doesn't have as much information. It's just basically, come to my wedding, this is the day. And because it was more informal, I had the opportunity to make one myself that I thought was a little bit more fun. So I'm going to show you now. The envelope, I decided on a simple one. I also had other envelopes which were orange, but I ran out of them. So then I had to get purple ones, which I also like. And the save the date I designed myself using PicMonkey. And this is it. I could show you a little bit closer up. This photo was taken by my mum. It has my dog Rocco at the front wearing a bow tie, and in the background it's me and my fiance kissing. And then we put a little blackboard that said save the date and the date that our wedding will be. On the back I made it look like a vintage postcard, and it just says that we're getting married and that's the date and that the invitation will follow. The paper it's like hard, it looks like the paper for a postcard, and I had these printed at a local printer and it was really cheap. It must have been about like £15 or something like that. So it is worth making your own save the date and having them printed because it's something cute to keep forever. One of the things that turned out to be very problematic was the honeymoon. Amazingly enough, the world is very, very big, but for some reason we couldn't quite find the right destination for us. We had already traveled to quite a few places, and there were a few places that we didn't really want to go to. We didn't want to go to the United States or Canada because we feel we want to do that at another time. We didn't really want to stay in Europe because we have visited most of Europe. And then there were other areas that we really wanted to visit, but were not the best time in July. Say the whole of the Southern Hemisphere would be winter, for example. In the end, we decided to go to Costa Rica because it's a very beautiful and natural destination, and it's a very active place, and we would hire our own car and we would go around and do whatever we liked. But the Zika virus happened. We got really worried about that because of all the news on the TV, and I really don't want to have to wait for a couple of years to have children. So I decided to change the destination, which was a real mess and meant that we probably lost quite a bit of money because we left the booking quite late. So in the end, we are going to Japan for about a week, and then we're going for about 8 days or so to Bali. We are very excited about this new destination. It combines a very different culture, which is Japan, and then a relaxing and sort of beachy type destination, but still cultural, which is Bali. I don't like that there's so many flights and very long flights, but I guess that it's worth it in the end because the places are probably going to be amazing. If you have traveled to any of these places and you have any recommendations, I would love it if you told me down in the information box. The next thing that I decided to do was to set up a wedding page for all my family, especially the people who are coming from abroad. I used that using the web page Thank You, which is very easy to use, and I set up my own page with information about where we live, places they can visit, hotel, which I have already spoken to, and different flight information, and just to make it overall easy for all of my family who is coming over from England, France and Denmark. So like that, it's easier for them to do the trip. And then the next thing that I had to do was to sort out the invitations. I spoke to my wedding planner and I started looking at invitations on Pinterest, and I quickly had a clear idea of what I wanted. I didn't want anything copied, so something original and with a bit of a personal twist. And I have decided I'm going to show you the invitations because I have sent them out to most of my family. And even though we still have a few to hand out, well, it's just I can't wait any longer. I just want to show you guys. So first of all, the envelope, here it is. As you can see, it's a craft envelope, and at the bottom I write by hand the name of the two people usually who are invited. And then on the other side, it has this. As you can see, it's got a very rustic looking string, a little bit of white paniculata flowers, and then we have my little personal touch, which are these little horseshoes like that in silver, and this is like the lucky horseshoe, and because we have horses, so that was the little sort of touch. And then underneath, let me put this on to one side. As you can see, it's got my name and my fiance's name, Ingrid, and Jesus, and it's got some little flowers here at the bottom. This was made by my wedding planner. I asked her to make it more or less this style, but she did an absolutely wonderful job. Here is the stamp. As you can see, she sent it over to me in case I want to use it, and basically you just get some ink and you stamp it, and it's just really beautiful, and she did that herself. You can also have these made, but it's about 40 euros, so I saved quite a bit of money on this. As for the invitation itself inside, I decided on the type of invitation, the colours, the scheme, sort of everything. The wedding planner gave me lots of different options based on what I liked, and my fiance and I decided together, and this is what it looks like. As you can see on this side, it says Ingrid and Jesus, and it's got this sort of shape. It's again a horseshoe shape of flowers. I absolutely love flowers, and I wanted it to have some brambles because I absolutely love them, and I loved the colours also. On the other side of the invitation, it's the horseshoe again, but in a different way, and it says that we're getting married, the date, the place, and our information. So those are the invitations. I hope you like them. I certainly love them. They are, I don't know, very beautiful, slightly vintage, and it's got the horse sort of thing, but not as a very clear theme, just as a little sort of detail. And I don't know, I like them. So those are basically all the things that I've done until now. Only 99 days left, and I have so much left to do. I have to decide my makeup, my hair, some accessories, although I already have shoes and things like that because they were given to me for Christmas. I still have to do the food trial and also the different trials of the clothes and makeup and all those things. And oh my god, there's still so many things to do. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I would love it if you commented down below, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please press thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!